Into the north window of my chamber glows the pole star with uncanny light. All through the long hellish hours of blackness, it shines there, and in the autumn of the year, when the winds from the north curse and whine, the red-leaf trees of the swamp mutter things to one another in the small hours of the morning under the horned waning moon. I sit by the casement and watch that star down from the heights reels in glittering Cassiopeia as the hours wear on, while Charles Wayne lumbers up from behind the vapor-soaked swamp trees that sway in the night wind. Just before dawn, Arcturus winks ruddily from above the cemetery on the low hillock, and Comer Berenices shimmers weirdly afar off in the mysterious east. But still the pole star leers down from the same place in the black vault, winking hideously like an insane watching eye, which strives to convey some strange message, yet recalls nothing save that it once had a message to convey. Sometimes, when it's cloudy, I can sleep. Well do I remember the night of the great aurora, when over the swamp played the shocking coruscations of the demon light. After the beam came clouds, and then I slept. And it was under a horned waning moon that I saw the city for the first time. Still and sullen did it lie on a strange plateau in a hollow between strange peaks of ghastly marble were its walls and its towers, its columns, domes, and pavements. In the marble streets were marble pillars, the upper part of which were carven into the image of grave bearded men. The air was warm and stirred not, and overhead scarce 10 degrees from the zenith glowed that watching pole star. Long did I gaze on the city, but the day came not. When the red Aldebaran, which blinked low in the sky but never set, had crawled a quarter of the way around the horizon, I saw light in motion in the houses and the streets. Forms strangely robed, but at once noble and familiar, walked abroad and under the horned waning moon. Men talked wisdom in a tongue which I understood, though it was like any language which I had ever known. And when the red Aldebaran had crawled more than halfway around the horizon, there were again darkness and silence. When I awaked, I was not as I'd been. Upon my memory was graven the vision of the city, and within my soul had arisen another and vaguer recollection of whose nature I was not then certain. Thereafter, on the cloudy nights when I could not sleep, I saw the city often, sometimes under the hot, yellow rays of a sun, which did not set, but which wheeled low in the horizon, and on clear nights, the pole star leered as never before. Gradually I came to wonder what might be my place in that city, on that strange plateau betwixt the strange peaks. At first content to view the scene as an all-observant, uncorporeal presence, I now desired to define my relation to it, and to speak my mind amongst the grave men who conversed each day in the public squares. I said to myself, this is no dream, for by what means can I prove this greater reality of that other life in the house of stone and brick, south of this sinister swamp and the cemetery on the low hillock, where the pole star peeps into my north window each night? One night, as I listened to the discourses in the large square, containing many statues, I felt a change, and perceived that I at last had a bodily form. Nor was I a stranger in the streets of Ultho, which lies on the plateau of Sarkia betwixt the peaks of Noton and Cataphonic. It was my friend Alus who spoke, and his speech was one that pleased my soul, for it was the speech of a true man and patriot. That night had the news come of Dikos' fall, and of the advance of the Eunutos, squat hellish yellow fiends who 5 years ago had appeared out of the unknown west to ravage the confines of our kingdom, and to besiege many of our towns. Having taken the fortified places at the foot of the mountains, their way now lay open to the plateau, unless every citizen could resist with the strength of 10 men, for the squat creatures were mighty in their arts of war, and knew not scruples of honor, which held back our tall, grey-eyed men of Lomar from ruthless conquest. Alus, my friend, was commander of all the forces on the plateau, and in him lay the last hope of our country